Hi boys and girls, I'm Miss Lydia from the Boston Library. Thank you so much for joining me for story time today. Today we are reading some Christmas stories since Christmas is coming up later this week. The first one we're going to start with is called The Tree That's Meant to Be by Yuval Zomer. I am the tree that's meant to be. I started life as a tiny seed, but soon enough it was plain to see that I was never ever going to be the perfect grown-up tree. I branched a bit to the left, too much to the right, and didn't really focus on my height. While other trees grew poised and tall, I lagged behind, looking different, feeling small. Spring, summer, and autumn. Seasons came, stayed, and went. Then one harsh, cold winter night, the forest turned snowy white. People came with measuring tapes and saws, searching for the flawless tree, a Christmas tree, to cut and take indoors. Soon, one by one, the other trees were gone, and it was just me now. Alone. I shivered, I shuddered. Is anyone there? I stuttered into the night. But who would hear my cry? Who would speak the language of the tree and understand me? And then, at dawn, foxes, deer, and birds, they had heard. Everyone brought berries, feathers, nuts, and flowers. They dressed me for hours and hours until I was a jolly, festive tree. Hello, hello! Welcome, squirrel! Greetings, bear! Laughter filled the air. My clearing rang with Christmas cheer. As darkness fell, a shooting star dropped down. It sank into my branches and shone so pure, so bright, that I became a tree of light. Among the creatures great and small, I felt loved. I felt tall. Seasons came, stayed, and went. I am no longer alone. This is my forest home. Through wind and rain, sun and snow, I grow. Always here, evergreen. I am the tree that's meant to be. Our next book is An Otis Christmas by Lauren Long. It was wintertime on the farm where the friendly little tractor named Otis lived. Snow covered the hills, church bells rang through the cold wintry valley, and Christmas was almost here. Christmas was a festive time on the farm. The farmers strung up lights, hung wreaths, and trimmed the annual Christmas tree. Otis loved Christmas, but this one was even more special. One of the horses was expecting a baby foal. Otis could hardly wait to welcome it to their farm family. He would teach the new arrival about life on the farm, and he was excited to have a new friend to play with. On Christmas Eve, the farmer came to the barn and fed the animals their traditional Christmas meal of hot bran mash with chopped apples and brown sugar. Otis delighted in watching them dig in around the trough. He knew how much they loved this special treat. While the animals were eating, the farmer opened his toolbox and brought out a package wrapped with a bow. He opened the package, pulled out a shiny horn, and said, "Merry Christmas, Otis." He bolted the horn onto him, saying, "A special tractor needs a special horn." The farmer wished them all a Merry Christmas, and as he headed back to the farmhouse, he said, "Sleep tight, all. A big snow is heading our way." Otis was so happy he didn't know what to do. He had never ever received a Christmas gift before, and he had always wanted a horn like the truck had. As Otis settled into his stall for a good night's sleep, the snow started falling, and he thought this was sure to be the best Christmas ever. But suddenly, Otis woke to the sound of troubled voices. It was the farmer in the horse's stall. The horse was pacing back and forth, breathing heavily, and swinging her head up and down. Something was wrong. She stopped, pawed the ground, and dropped to the floor, rolled over onto her back, and then to her side. Something was very wrong. Then Otis heard the farmer say something that sent chills through his frame. "We need Doc Baker out here tonight, or we'll lose them both." The farmer sent one of his helpers to get Doc Baker. As the barn door opened, they saw nothing but white. They were amazed at how much snow had fallen. The truck lunged forward, fishtailed this way and that, and promptly slid down the hill, plunging into a snowdrift. Otis watched as the farmhand spun the tires deeper and deeper into the snow. The truck was clearly going nowhere. But what about Doc? And what about the sick horse? Otis heard the farmer's words again in his head. "We need Doc Baker out here tonight, or we'll lose them both." Otis knew where Doc lived. He had been there once delivering supplies with the farmer, and he knew a shortcut through the woods. With snow up to his chin, Otis headed out into the cold night to get the Doc. Otis plowed through the white woods, puttity-chuff, over a frozen river, across a deep meadow, and up a snowy hill to the top of a steep cliff. And that's when Otis realized he was lost. He had climbed the wrong hill. Everything looked different covered in snow. There was no time to turn back. Otis aimed his headlight over the cliff and saw where he needed to be, and bravely headed down a dangerous path. The way down was slippery and treacherous, and took all of Otis's courage to keep going. Yet before he knew it, he had reached the bottom and could see the edge of the hollow where Doc Baker lived. All was quiet that Christmas Eve as Otis plowed up to Doc's house. He flashed his headlights and gunned his engine, but no matter how hard he tried, no one in the house stirred. How could Otis wake up Doc? Of course, his shiny new Christmas horn. As loud as Otis could muster, he blared his horn. Beep, beep, honk, honk, put, put, beep, beep, honk. A light came on, and Doc Baker threw open the window. Otis reared up and chuffed and spun around in a circle. "It looks like Otis the tractor," Doc said. "There must be trouble on the farm." In the twinkle of an eye, Doc dashed out the front door, jumped on Otis, and held on for dear life. Otis sped up the hollow road and followed his tracks up and over the steep cliff, down the snowy hill, back across the deep meadow, over the frozen river, and back through the white woods. The cold wind whipped their faces, and Otis and Doc Baker sped through the deep snow back onto the farm. At the barn, the farmer and his helpers did their best to comfort the horse, who was lying still, hardly breathing. With no way of getting Doc Baker through the blizzard, there was little hope. A hush came over the barn, and the farmer prayed for a miracle. All was quiet until... Put, put, beep, beep, honk, honk! The farmhands threw open the door. "It's Otis, and he has Doc with him." They ran out into the snow to help Doc Baker into the barn. The doors closed, and immediately Doc got to work. Otis stayed outside, desperately waiting to see if Doc Baker could save the horse and the little foal. Time passed slowly as Otis chuffed back and forth. It had been a long night, and he was exhausted. Yet he would not rest. He was too worried for his friend the horse. Finally, Otis stopped in his tracks and looked around the farm, all silent and covered in a blanket of peaceful snow. Daylight was near. Christmas Day would soon be upon them. Suddenly, the barn doors opened and a warm glow poured outside. Otis heard the farmer say, "Well, would you look at that?" When Otis puffed in, the animals stepped aside. There, in the middle of the barn, stood a beautiful baby foal, his spindly legs straining to keep him upright. Then Otis saw what the farmer was talking about. The little foal had a marking the shape of a star right in the middle of his forehead. That Christmas Day, after the roads were cleared, people from all around the valley came to the barn to get a glimpse of the Christmas foal. Otis beamed with pride and realized that this certainly was the best Christmas ever. And as much as he loved his shiny new horn, Otis knew that he had more important gifts that Christmas. He had his farm family and his friends and the newborn foal, and they were the greatest gifts of all. The end. Next we have Click, Clack, Ho, Ho, Ho by Doreen Cronin and Betsy Lewin. Snow is falling, lights twinkle, a few creatures are stirring. It is Christmas Eve. There's a jingle in the air. Farmer Brown stops to listen. Santa is on his way. Who's that, though? That doesn't look like Santa to me. There's a swishing up above. Farmer Brown runs to the window. Santa's getting close. What do you see on the top of that picture frame? Oh, here he is zip-lining in. There's a pitter-patter on the roof. Farmer Brown hurries off to bed. Santa's almost here. Oh, who is that? Ho, ho. Uh-oh. Duck is stuck. The sheep go up to unstuck Duck. Ho, ho. Uh-oh. The sheep are stuck. Cows go up to unstuck Duck. Ho, ho. Uh-oh. The cows are stuck now, too. The pigs go up to unstuck Duck. Ho, ho. Uh-oh. The pigs are stuck. And who's getting closer? They all go up to unstuck Duck. What animals do we have here? I see a dog, a cat, 2 goats, 2 chickens, and 3 little mice. Do you think they'll be able to unstuck Duck? Ho, ho. Uh-oh. Everyone is stuck. It's Santa's turn to unstuck Duck. Do you think Santa can get him unstuck? Ho, ho. Oh, no. Don't be silly. Santa would never get stuck. Down the chimney he goes. But look at that mess. They all come out down the chimney. Now all around the tree, the lights warm glow. All of the creatures are stirring. Ho, ho. Who's going back up that chimney? Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas. Our last book is called Little Blue Truck's Christmas by Alice Schertle. Beep, beep, beep. December's here. Little Blue Truck is full of cheer. Every Christmas, Little Blue has a delivery job to do. 5 trees ready to take for a ride. How many trees will fit inside? 1 tree, 2 trees, 3 trees, 4. Just enough room for 1 tree more. 5 green trees make 1 big load. Beep, says Blue, let's hit the road. Blue has friends both far and near who need a Christmas tree this year. Who's he taking it to first? Honk, says the goose. This big one, please. Now there are 4 green Christmas trees. Moo, says the cow. This tall one, please. Now there are 1, 2, 3 green Christmas trees. Who gets the next one? Oink, says the pig. This fat one, please. Now there are 2 green Christmas trees. Maa, says the goat. This short one, please. Now there is 1 green Christmas tree. 1 tree left in a little blue truck. 1 tree left. What very good luck. Little blue truck needs a Christmas tree. Beep, beep, beep. This one's for me. I hope you enjoyed our Christmas stories. Just a few more days left until Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time.